Assalamu alaikum everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk about present perfect tense. First thing first, why do we use present perfect tense? If we want to talk about actions that happened in the past and the effect of those actions is still present. So we can say that we use present perfect tense to make a connection between past and present. If we have a look at the timeline of present perfect tense, we can see that it stands somewhere between past and present. So something happened in the past, but the result is still present, or the effect is still present. Let's have a look at this example. I lost my bag. Which tense is it? Yeah, it's simple past tense. It's not present perfect tense. It's simple past tense, which means the action is done and complete in the past. Now, I lost my bag. When I say I lost my bag, maybe I lost my bag yesterday. Maybe I lost my bag last week. And now I do have the bag. Now I have found it and it's not lost anymore. So when I say I lost my bag, it doesn't mean that it's true for present. But if I say I have lost my bag, it means I have lost my bag recently and I haven't found it. It's true for present also. I have lost my bag at some point in the past and it's still present. So here's the difference between simple past and present perfect tense. Let's have a look at when should we use present perfect tense. First of all, we can use present perfect tense for unfinished actions. For example, I have worked here for 5 years. When I say I have worked here for 5 years, that means I started working here 5 years ago and still I'm working. So it's not done. It's unfinished action for me. So I have worked here for 5 years. I'm going to use present perfect tense. Secondly, we can use present perfect tense for finished actions. For example, I have cooked dinner, which means I started cooking dinner at some point in the past and now it's done. The dinner is ready to serve and the action has just been finished. So I'm going to use present perfect tense and I'm going to say I have cooked dinner. We can use present perfect tense to express any recent past activities. For example, you have been asked to send an email to your teacher or to your employer and you are done with it. So you answered to them, yeah, I have just sent the email. I have just sent the email. You have just done this action. So it's recent past and we can use present perfect tense. And we can use present perfect tense to express about any experience, any life experience. When I say experience, it can be our work experience. It can be our experience of a tour. It can be experience of using a product or service. For example, if someone asks me, what kind of work experience have you got? I'm going to say, I have got 5 years of teaching experience. I have got 5 years of teaching experience. At some point in the past, I started teaching and I still have this experience. Yeah. Okay. Next one. How can we recognize present perfect tense in a sentence, or how can we recognize that, okay, it's going to be, we are going to use present perfect now. So following are the words, if you see, if already, just, since, for. So these are some common words which we can use to express in present perfect tense. For example, I have already finished my homework. This is an example for finished action. So the homework is already done. To emphasize that finished action, I'm going to use the adverb already. So already, if we see already, that means it's going to be in present perfect tense. Our team has just won the game. Just won the game. Just now it has won the game. By the word just, we can see, okay, it's present perfect tense. He has worked here since June. Another example, he has worked here for 4 months. Now, what's the difference between since and for? We can use both since and for, we can use both since and for to express present perfect tense. But what's the difference? When we talk about any specific time or any point in time, say for example, June, I'm specifically mentioning a month, right? So when I specifically mention a month or a year, I have to use since before that. On the other hand, if I talk about any period of time, for example, for 4 months, for 3 hours, for 6 years, I'm going to use for to express period of time, and I'm going to use since for any point in time. And we can use both since and for to express present perfect tense. Next. We can't use present perfect tense for finished time markers. Now, what are yesterday, last week, last year, last month? The time that we can't get back, those are called finished time markers. So when we are using finished time markers, we need to use simple past tense, not present perfect tense. We can't say, I have finished my homework last week. That will be wrong. We have to say, I finished my homework last week, because we are using specifically a finished time marker last week. And we can use present perfect for unfinished time markers. What is unfinished time marker? For example, today, this evening. When I say today, is it finished? No. Still today is going on. This evening, finished? No, not yet. This month, still going on. This year, not finished. This week, not finished. So I have drunk 3 cups of coffee this evening. I can use present perfect tense for unfinished time markers. Next, here is the formation of present perfect tense. To make a sentence, to write a sentence into present perfect tense, first thing first, we have to put the subject. We know what is a subject: I, you, he, she, it, they, we, etc. And after that, we have to put to be verb, have or has, depending on the subject. Plus, we need to use the past participle form of verb, which is the third form of verb. For example, our subject is he. So with he, we are going to use has. He has eaten. Eaten is the third form or participle form of the verb eat. Eat, ate, eaten. So he has eaten lunch. But if our subject is they, we are going to say they have. They have left for work. They have left for work. Here, left is the past participle form of leave. So for regular verbs, here you need to remember that for regular verbs, we have this same verb for verb 2 and verb 3. For example, work, worked, worked. Leave, left, left. No change. Yeah. All right. Thank you, everyone. The recording.